Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Fanny Cash Money G-Watch. I should just change the entire name of the channel, don't you think? Welcome to Nez Nation Live. Y'all, it is your host, Professor Nez. I am so excited to see you all. We got a lot to talk about today. Stick around. I promise you till the end of this video. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Let me know how I sound out there in Nez Nation land. I hope you guys are doing fabulous this day, Thursday, March 14th, 2024. If you haven't already, please, I beg you to tap that thumbs up. It would really mean a lot to me if you could do that. We've got a lot to talk about today. So the House Judiciary Committee has just issued another subpoena letter to Fani Cash Money G. And I'm going to go through this. Literally, you can see on the screen right now. I've tried to make it as big as possible. Thank you, America's Hope. I appreciate that. Okay, I got a lot of people saying the audio is great. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Come on in, come on in. Tap that thumbs up. Share this out. I'm going to talk about Judge McAfee. I'm going to talk about the decision he's making on this case, when, where, how, what's going on with that. We got news on that. Stick around for that. I'm also going to talk about Governor Kemp's decision to slap Fani Cash Money G with a brand new bill. Literally it's aimed at her. So I'll go over that. But this is really, really important. We have to go through this first. So the U.S. committee, let's get cooking, y'all. We have no time to waste. The U.S. House Committee on the Judiciary is placing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, Fani Cash Money Willis, on notice that her cooperation is expected in their investigation into allegations of misusing federal funds during the Georgia election interference case. Okay, so what does that mean exactly? So it's basically another letter from Jim Jordan of Ohio. Now, if you don't remember this, Jim Jordan sent out a letter to Fani Willis back in early February 2nd, to be exact. And essentially, remember the video I did on Fani Willis and the latest debacle on the counts that were removed yesterday? The 6 charges that were removed because there was no detail. She is as incompetent. I honestly think she might be more incompetent than she is crooked, if you can believe that, which I don't know if I can even believe that. It's insane. But essentially, there was a letter sent out February 2nd. Okay, here's the new one. You can see the date is March 14th. That's today, 2024. But the subpoena that was sent to Willis was dated in February 2nd. Okay, it was issued by chairman of the committee, Jim Jordan. And if you don't know what this House Judiciary Committee is, I'll let you know in just a second what that is as well. I'm going to let you know on everything. So Jim Jordan claimed that Willis had failed, quote, to comply voluntarily. What a big shock there. Let me know in the comments right now if you're shocked that Fani Cash Money G. Willis, Kamala's apprentice, failed to comply. Let me know if you're shocked. Are you shocked by that? Give me a yes or no in the comments right now. Holy macadamia nut. Are you kidding me right now? So she failed to comply with the committee's requests for documents related to her office's receipt and use of U.S. Department of Justice grants. Well, I think it's safe to say I'm seeing a lot of no's. I love it. No, not shocked. Michelle Clark says no, not shocked. Rumble, I love it. We've got Platinum Brunette. I love that name. She's on Rumble. Good to see you. We're live on Rumble and YouTube right now. Hell no. I'm seeing a lot of no's. Nobody's shocked. Yeah. That's why Nez Nation, you guys are the smartest, most intelligent, sophisticated audience out there. Great to see you on Rumble. Just another truther. Not shocked, says Pat McLean. Absolutely. Not shocked, says Laura Tilford. Not in the least bit, says Lonnie. Good to see you guys. I'm so happy to see you guys. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, so I'll tell you what she did with those grant funds. You want me to tell you what she did with those grant funds? You want me to tell you what she did? And this is, by the way, not proven, but I know it deep in the heart of my 30 years of analyzing rhetorical messages and studying this and teaching this and writing about this and doing my due diligence, qualitative, quantitative research. She hired an unqualified prosecutor by the name of Nathan Philandering Wade and basically told him, you need to take me out. You need to take me on trips. You need to take me on steak dinners. You need to take me to resorts. You need to take me to Aruba. You need to take me to the Bahamas. And I'll pay you $700,000 salary, which in the public sector, judges make maximum, I think, 200. I have a family member who is a Supreme Court judge in the state that I live in. And they don't make more than 200. You cannot, there's a cap for federal public sector salaries, which makes it even more shocking how Pelosi's a billionaire, how Schumer's a billionaire, and then Mr. Socialist Marxist himself, Bernie Sanders, writes a book that he got $10 million to write on how he hates capitalism, but he's capitalizing on capitalism. How does that make any sense? Somebody make sense to me. That's the whole purpose of this channel. We need to bring the hypocrisy to, you think they're talking about this on mainstream media? Hell to the end of the O. No, they're not. Okay. So if you're wondering what is that's what she did with those department funds. So if you're wondering what is this House Judiciary Committee, what do they do? So the House Committee on the Judiciary, we're going to go through this entire brand new letter today in just a second. And then stick around. I'm going to talk about Judge McAfee's decision, when, where, how, why. I'm going to also talk about Governor Kemp of Georgia. The U.S. House Committee on the Judiciary, also known as the House Judiciary Committee, is a standing committee of the House of Representatives. It has jurisdiction over a wide range of issues related to the administration of justice, including federal courts, judicial procedures, civil rights, and civil liberties, constitutional amendments, antitrust issues, crime control, and drug policies. So basically, they represent the DOJ. It's the federal version of this House Oversight Committee, and they can actually have administrative, judicial duties over a vast array of issues facing the American people. And that's chaired by Jim Jordan, who I love. Jim Jordan. In the comments, let me know. Give me a thumbs up on Jim Jordan or a thumbs down on Jim Jordan. Let me know what you think of Jim Jordan in the comments right now. So that's, if you're wondering, that's what the Judiciary Committee does. Excuse me. I need some water. So excited. Okay, so let's go through this letter. So this is a brand new letter because Fani Incompetent Cashy Money G. Willis did not do the right thing initially. So let's go through this letter here. So you can see Congress of the United States, Committee on the Judiciary, March 14th, 2024. You can see that right there. Okay. The Honorable, I don't know if you could call her honorable. Let me know in the comments right now, honorable or dishonorable. Just write honorable or dishonorable. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Holy mackin'. Dear Mrs. Willis, the Committee on the Judiciary is continuing oversight of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, receipt and use of federal grant funds issued by the U.S. Department of Justice. This is only a 3-page letter, so let's just go through this really quickly, and then we'll get to what this all means, et cetera, et cetera. I'm seeing a lot of dishonorables. Holy mackerel, look at that. Kath Bow says dishonorable. Sandy Cathcart. Oh, I love this. Who was that? It's going so fast. Jill's Chocolate Boutique. Love your channel. Great name for your channel. I'm seeing a lot of dishonorables. Laura Tilford says dishonorable. Yeah, I agree. Department of Justice on February 2nd, 2024, after several attempts to obtain your voluntary compliance with our oversight, the committee issued a subpoena to you. The subpoena compelled the production of 2 specific categories of documents. 1, documents and communications referring to or relating to the FCDAO's receipt and use of federal funds, and 2, documents and communications referring or relating to any allegations of the misuse of federal funds by the FDAO. And so here was her response back then. This is where Fani incompetent Cash Money G. Willis, this was her actual response. On February 23rd, 2024, you responded to the committee's subpoena with a letter in which you smeared a former employee of yours. What a shock. She turned on her own. This is what it is with these power-hungry, hypocritical, left woke DEI parasites. They're parasites. They don't give a rat's ass about our country. They don't give a rat's ass about their constituents. They don't give a rat's ass about anybody other than their own heinies. That's all they care about. You smeared a former employee of yours. You spoke about your misuse of federal grant funds. We will not dignify your attacks on this brave whistleblower or your continued attempts to distract from your conduct through misdirection and personal insults. That's her MO. That's all she does is personal insults. That's her MO, Jordan. Don't you know that? Good for you, Jim Jordan. We're not going to engage. We're not going to lower ourselves to Fani Cash Money G's level. We're not going to do that. And obviously, her conduct in court speaks volumes, does it not? Can you imagine what she's like when there's no cameras around? If she's like that on national television, let me know in the comments. What do you think that office is like? You know, there's a really big notion and concept called toxic workplace. It's probably the number one thing that forces really, really hardworking, amiable, talented employees to leave a company. It has nothing to do with compensation. A lot of people will even, I think myself included, when I was working W-2 positions back in the day, I think a lot of people would admit that they would take a lower compensation if the culture was open, embracing, and not toxic. Can you imagine what Fani Willis's office is like if she acts like a junkyard dog on national television? What do you think she acts like when there's no cameras, when there's no audio, there's no television? Can you imagine what she acts like? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it's worse than her behavior was in court? That unprofessional rant, yelling at Miss Merchant, calling her a liar, yelling at the judge, yelling at pretty much everybody. Do you think it's worse in the office, or do you think it's better in the office? Let me know in the comments. We appreciate, I'm sorry, no, hold on a second. We're right here. The allegation, so good for Jim Jordan not succumbing to that low level. The allegations in the public realm about your misuse of federal grant funding are concerning, and the committee has an obligation to examine them for the American public. Why? Because all of that money is ours, taxpayers. If you're a taxpayer, you pay taxes, you contribute, you work, they take money out of your paycheck for Social Security for all sorts of reasons that you have no idea why. You're paying your dues. That's our money, Nez Nation. We appreciate you have produced a narrow, here's the key term right here, a narrow set of documents. That's basically legal talk. That's basically legal talk for you didn't really give us anything. That's what that basically is. Lion dog face pony soldier. I love it. Look at that. Beautiful $1.99 super sticker. I love you. Appreciate you. It all goes back into the channel so I can keep creating free content for y'all. You are the best. You know, these videos, never mind the hours and hours and hours of qualitative and quantitative research I do. These videos are not easy to produce, distribute, edit, etc., etc. So I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Never, ever would expect it, but it's always appreciated. Thank you so much. So that narrow set of documents is really telling. Because that's literally just a euphemism for you didn't give us jack. You tried to fool us again. Do you guys remember the incompetence of this district attorney? It's almost an insult to call her a district attorney. She's the district crook. The district crook, Fani Cash Money G. Do you remember when she tried to send those dates to offset the Cellhawk phone data analysis, and she ended up giving the wrong dates. Hello? Are you kidding me right now? That's a joke. The real A-Dog in the house. Yo, the real A-Dog. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Welcome. Awesome. We should collab sometime, the real A-Dog. Call me Nez. All my friends call me Nez. He's got a great channel. Go check him out. So basically, when you have a narrow set of documents, when they're classifying it as that, that's just basically a euphemism for you didn't give us jack. And now here we go with the second letter, and the ramifications of this second letter, I'm going to tell you in just a second. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss this. Holy macadamia nut. We appreciate that you have produced a narrow set of documents in response to the subpoena, but your compliance with the subpoena to date is deficient. Basically saying you are incompetent and you didn't do what we asked you to do. Attached to your letter were various documents, a number of which were previously produced to the committee that contained, among other things, 15 award letters from the DOJ's office, and Office of Violence Against, and approximately 27 screenshots of expense budget summaries. However, here's the good part. Look how he lays them all out too. This is the good part right here. However, you failed to produce any of the following categories. This is where it gets really, really interesting right here, because he lays it all out. She always tries to do this, y'all. She always tries to deflect. That's not going to work. That's just not going to work, y'all. She always tries to deflect. Hey, I got to say something really quickly before we move on. We got almost 17,000 of all y'all in here, and it looks like we only got 2,000 thumbs up. Tap that thumbs up, y'all. It's free. It takes you a second. Just tap that thumbs up. If you want to support this channel, and you don't have to give a super chat or a super sticker, just please tap that thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. Let's get that up to 10,000 likes. Come on, y'all. Help a brother out. Help Nez Nation out. That's how you can help and contribute. Tap that thumbs up, please. This is a brand new, somebody asked, Busy Happy Mama. I love that channel. Somebody asked, hey, Nez, what doc is this? This is a brand new letter. Okay, watch the beginning of the stream if you can. This will be posted soon. This is a brand new letter that was written by the House Judiciary Committee. I'll tell you what it entails. I'll tell you what the ramifications of this are for Fani Cash Money G. Willis in just a second. So stick around. It's going to get good. Love y'all. Thank you for tapping that thumbs up. So all documents and communications, this is what she failed to hand over. All documents and communications referring or relating to any allegations of the misuse of federal funds by the FC. So she didn't even, there's so much that she was supposed to do, and she didn't even supply any of this stuff. Can you believe this? She didn't supply any of this stuff. It's absolutely egregious. She can't, it's almost like, you know how you say, like, I try to see what you've done wrong. I want to try to see what has Fani Willis done right. Because it's not much. She signed her name on the electorate? What can she do right? Can anybody find me something that she's done right? Because I literally can't find anything. All documents or communications between or among your office and the Justice Department, including its OJP and OVW components. All communications between the FCDAO employees about the receipt or use of federal grants. So she didn't give any of the communications, any of the receipts. Of course not. You know why? Because they're going to show that she was in Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you to Bahamas. Come, mamas. Y'all didn't know I had a good voice, did you? If you're having fun, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat right now. We're having fun, y'all. Why? Because the truth is fun. The truth is fun. That's why. And we need to get our country back. The channel's purpose is to show the hypocrisy. They keep going after Trump. They keep throwing the kitchen sink at him. But guess what? They're a billion, trillion, zillion times worse. And you know why? Because they come under the guise of, oh, we're so nice. Oh, we're so good. We're good people. We care about you. No, they're hypocrites. Dear woke Christian, it's good to see you, brother. Dropping support for a great content creator. Hit the like button 3 times for the Nez Nation. Go check out Dear Woke Christian too. He is a true gentleman, and he has a fantastic YouTube channel. Dear Woke Christian, feel free to leave a link to your channel. Same with Real A Dog. I love that name. In the chat. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock. Go check out their channels. They are amazing content creators, live streamers. Love it. By all means, thank you. Welcome. Welcome, sir. I'll tell you what she did with those funds. The reason she's not sharing all those receipts, the reason she's not sharing where she got all these funds is because it's going to show that her and Nathan Wade spent, hundreds of thousands of dollars on vacations on our tax dollar. W Pistol, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Nothing happens. Politicians are toothless as the wind, saber rattling at its finest. Get 'em, Nez. I am here for you, sir. Thank you so much. Looks like you might be a law enforcement officer or perhaps a former law enforcement officer. I just want you to know right now, my mother-in-law put in her 30 years. I've got family members. I love law enforcement. Some of my best students I ever had when I was teaching business school at the universities. Thank God I'm out of it now. We're law enforcement. Love you. Appreciate you. Salute you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. Really pisses me off how many people they denounce, insult our armed our law enforcement officers. These guys are working. These men and women deserve medals. They're the real heroes, okay? Not Brad Pitt, not Leonardo DiCaprio, not Robert De Niro. God, no. Gets $12 million just for sitting there and doing nothing. The real heroes. Thank you so much. W Pistol became a member. All of it goes right back into the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It just really irks me. It gets me so mad. Yes, Andre Barr, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Why do Democrats hate? That's a really good question. I don't know. Loretta's here. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. You rock. It just makes me so upset because the Real A Dog in the house. Oh, I would love to, sir. I would love to, sir. That would be an honor. It would be my honor, sir. Go check out Woke Christian and the Real A Dog's channel. They have an amazing channel. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, the Real A Dog. Without law and order, this goes back to Socrates. This goes back to Aristotle. This goes back to every civilized Western civilization. Without law and order, you have chaos. You have anarchy. Look what's happening in Los Angeles right now, a city that I actually lived in for a very long time, a city that I actually treasured for a very long time. One of my wife's very first date. My wife had been married. We're coming up on our 13-year anniversary. One of my wife and I's very first date over a decade ago. Thank you so much, Jay Eller. Really appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat. Was in Santa Monica. It was on the Santa Monica Pier. It was one of our very first dates. Thank you, Brenda Shoemaker, for the $5 super sticker. So if you want a society where everybody can feel like they can do what they want and enjoy the freedoms, the principles and values of this amazing United States of America, you need law and order, period. Thank you so much, Driver's Seat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Yeah, it would have cost the good folks of Fulton County a lot more if I had to service that, Fanny. Exactly. Jay Coleman, thank you so much for being here. They want to create a socialist country. That's why they hate America. Thank you for the $10 super chat. You are right, sir. Absolutely. I'll tell you where that money went. That money went to all of her vacations. That money went to an underqualified, special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, that she actually benefited from. That is called a conflict of interest. Even the appearance Tim, yes, Tim is in the house. Nez, keep standing strong for the truth. Tim, is that Tim a former student of mine? Tim has a great channel. Go check him out. He is a former student of mine at the college, university. It's so nice to see you, Tim. I hope you're doing fantastic. Smart dude, that Tim guy. Great to see you, man. Love you, man. Hawkeye in the house. Thank you so much. $20. Wow. Really appreciate it. You're awesome, and you're my favorite. I only watch you now. Thank you so much, Hawkeye. You are the best. We got a brand new member in Scotty Roberts. Welcome to the Nez Nation. Laura Tilford, $2 super chat. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much. Hawkeye, that means the world to me. It really does. I'm so happy to hear you say that, and it just means the absolute world to me. I just want you to know that. Thank you so much. Michael Connor, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I'm actually grateful for Fani. She has made the witch hunt against President Trump so much more obvious to voters who've been. Okay, this is a great comment. Thank you, Michael, for saying this. This is a fantastic comment right here. I'm actually grateful for Fani. She has made the witch hunt against President Trump so much more obvious to voters who have been on the fence. We've got the most consequential election of our republic. W Pistol, you're breaking my heart. Thank you so much. Having a drink on you. Thank you. My wife will really appreciate that. Thank you so much, W Pistol. You are awesome. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Karen Berry, for the $4.99 super sticker. Yeah, what you said there, Michael, was so prescient and so intelligent. And actually, as a matter of fact, in a previous video, I said this. Maybe we don't want Fani Willis off this case. She's so incompetent. She has absolutely ruined and dismantled her ethos and her reputation in the court of public opinion. You know, no matter what Judge McAfee says and does, which I'm going to talk about that, stick around. Leo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Greetings, Americans. Great to see you. Greetings. Welcome. No matter what happens in this case, her reputation and the fact that it was nationally televised, it speaks volumes. The rhetorical impact of people psychologically, inadvertently, subconsciously is gigantic, to say the least. It's gigantic, to say the least. So no matter what happens, this is going to absolutely, whether you like Trump, hate Trump, it doesn't matter. Just from an objective standpoint, it's going to help Trump big time. Okay, so moving on. This is so awesome. You guys are you're going to make me cry with all the love. I appreciate you guys so much. And if you haven't already, if you're just joining us, we only have 6,000 likes. Let's get that to 10,000. Tap that thumbs up, y'all. It's free. It only takes you 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds. Just tap the thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. All documents that fall within the scope of the subpoena, such as the FCDAO's applications, proposal abstracts, grant agreements, financial. I mean, she hasn't provided anything. All documents and communications relating to the FCDAO's grant performance, measurement, and progress reporting information. Although additional materials are likely also responsive to the committee's subpoena as an accommodation, we will prioritize the production of the documents and communications identified above. Thank you so much, Felix. DEI will cause all that adopt and apply to DIE. Thank you so much, Felix. You're absolutely right. As I've said it many times, and I'll say it again, it is America's worst idea. Any kind of discrimination is exactly that. Discrimination. You're going to introduce skin tone to my children who know nothing about skin tone, who do not judge anybody based on a trait that you have zero control over. Meritocracy. In America, the best person for the job, the best idea wins. Thank you, Lisa Howe, for becoming a member. Thank you, Lori Liz, for becoming a member. Welcome to Nez Nation. Eli Anthony, aren't those law officers committing a federal crime by acting under the color of law, which could end up in serious consequences? Yes, if you're talking about Fani Cash Money G Crooked Willis, you're absolutely right. So I'll talk about that in a second. That's actually a really great point. Thank you so much, Anthony, for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Let's get through this letter. We're almost done. I'm going to talk about the judge's decision, coming up. And I'm going to also talk about a lot of other things coming up. Governor Kemp's decision. I'm going to also talk about what are the ramifications of this? How's this going to hurt Fani Willis? Hey, good to see you, Isla B. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. So our anniversary is actually coming up in September. So, I mean, it's already practically April. I mean, it's insane how fast the year goes by. So it's not super close, but I mean, I'm so proud. My wife is the best thing that ever happened to me. I am the luckiest guy on planet Earth. She's a billion times smarter than me, a billion times better looking than me. She's put up with me. She is patient. She's the kindest human being I know. She is my treasure. She's my heart. She's the reason I exist. And I don't say that with any exaggeration. If you can find a woman like my wife, you're the luckiest human being that ever lived. I feel I owe everything to her. I owe everything to my wife. I love you, Mama, if you're watching. Yone, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you. Anthony Iannoni, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Okay, so let's get through this. The rest of this, it's only a little bit left. So Jim Jordan says there's going to be more. Jim Jordan says we're going to definitely be asking for more and needing more. Your letter also requests that the committee engage with the Justice Department. So they're not engaging with the Justice Department to obtain responsive documents that the FCDAO should have in its possession. As a part of our oversight, the committee has engaged with the Justice Department about its administration of federal grant programs. The committee's separate requests to the Justice Department do not alleviate your legal obligation to comply with the subpoena. So there's separate requests that the House Judiciary Committee has made that do not conflict with her obligation to reply to this subpoena. Amazing. By the way, if you want to chat and enjoy the greatest online community on planet Earth, that's Nez Nation, y'all, all you got to do is subscribe. So hit that subscribe button. It's free. Just subscribe. Subscribing is free on YouTube, so feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much, Sandy Atkinson, for the $4.99 super chat. I saw somebody say they had a 32-year anniversary. Please comment again because I want to give you a shout out. 32 years is an achievement. Congratulations. Love you. Appreciate you. And may you get another 32 years and more. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. So she has to respond to all of these requests. In addition, in your letter, you noted a preliminary objection. What a shock. Isn't that surprising? Fannie Cash Money G objected to cooperation. Has she ever said, I'll acquiesce? Remember what she said about the cell phone hawk data? She said, that's just irrelevant. That's totally irrelevant. Doesn't mean anything, even though we've used it to try all these cases. Matt Chu, Nez, I work in a supermax prison in California. They started giving inmates condoms and now call them residents. It's BS what the Dems are doing. Luckily, I live in a red part of KA on the coast of Oregon. Oh, my goodness gracious, Matt. That's why we need to. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That's why we need now more than ever. That's why we thank you so much, Vicky RDH1H, for the $5 super sticker. You know, Matt, that's why we need now more than ever. This is why I'm doing this. This is the whole purpose of this channel. This is why I'm doing this. Why? Because this is the most consequential year of our republic. This is it. We have to come together. Your vote counts more now than it ever did before. Thank you, Lisa Howe. Really appreciate you, Lisa Howe, with the $5 super sticker. By the way, you become a member. There's going to be all sorts of perks, all sorts of exclusive content you're going to get. And all your support goes back into the channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okram TV or Okram TV. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. More power to your channel, Professor Nez. Watching from Seattle. Bless you. Love you. Another beautiful part of the country that I think is not in good hands with a lot of the people running it over there, especially what's happened to even though that's a different state, but Portland, it just saddens me beyond. The Pacific Northwest is absolutely beautiful. I hope you're having a great time up there. Thank you so much. The White Knuckler, thank you for the $5 super chat. No better recruitment for conservatism than Democrat corruption. MAGA, God bless the USA. Thank you so much. God bless you the white knuckler. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's so awesome. Okay, so let's finish this letter really quickly. In addition to your letter, she, of course, objected, saying that it was overbroad and unduly burdensome under any ordinary meaning of those terms. Cash money, Fani G. Willis. She'll try anything, folks. She'll try anything to get away with it. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about me. Tap that thumbs up, y'all. It only takes you less than a nanosecond. Tap that thumbs up, please. Thank you. She's going to object to everything. The cell phone hot data was irrelevant. She called Ashley Merchant a liar in court. She called the entire proceeding a farce in court. Thank you so much, Eric Moorbracker, for the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. She objects to everything. Does she ever want to cooperate? You know, I thought liberals were all about cooperation, love, peace. Everybody should be together. Nobody should benefit off a da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da. We're honest. We're ethical. Where's the ethics here? She hasn't cooperated to one thing. She's fighting tooth and nail. I'm telling you right now, Fani Cash Money G is the same kind of person that if somebody walked in on her, literally in the act of cheating, like let's say her boyfriend just walked in on her cheating with somebody else, she would say, "Believe me, not your eyes." That's the kind of person we're dealing with. Eli Anthony, thank you so much. Title 18 USC Section 242. Look it up, folks. Yep, absolutely. Look it up, folks. Thank you so much. To the contrary, says Jim Jordan, the committee has exercised its authority. The committee has exercised its authority with restraint, which means basically that Jim Jordan, they're doing the least path of resistance here. They're not overstating or trampling their presence into these proceedings. They're asking for the least amount, the minimum amount of information to try to ascertain how are you using these federal funds? Are you using them nefariously? Which the answer to that is invariably yes. The subpoena seeks only 2 categories of documents, and the scope of its request covers only a limited time period, namely from January 1st, 2020 to present. In addition, so it's almost over here, guys. This is it. As discussed above, the committee is prioritizing certain categories of documents as an accommodation. While you indicated that additional documents may be forthcoming in response to the committee's subpoena, accordingly, the committee has yet to receive any additional response materials in the 3 weeks since your initial response. Accordingly, the committee expects that you will produce all responsive documents to the subpoena in the categories prioritized by the committee no later than 12 p.m. Hey, Lisa Howe. Lisa Howe says Leo wife. How did you know my wife was a Leo? Leo wife. My wife is a Leo, actually. Yeah, her birthday's in August. Felix, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Reagan said that Marxism would come under liberalism. Yes, he was once a Democrat. So was I. I was too. I mean, not that long ago, maybe like 10, 15 years ago, but I was too. But again, I'm not even really Republican or Democrat. I'm more now of a centrist, if anything. I just believe in common sense, practicality. I believe in the values and principles of our amazing country, which has given me everything, my family, everything. And it's my mission to give back. I believe in America. I love America. There's a reason why every illegal, not undocumented Pelosi, there's a reason why every illegal wants to come here. And not Russia, not Venezuela, not Africa. They want to come here because it's the greatest country on planet Earth, period. Gary Wright. Gary Wright says they don't serve Grey Goose in the pokey. That's exactly right. They don't. So Felix, yeah, I mean, I think that's what's happening here. You're seeing people like influential people like Joe Rogan. You know, if I'm not incorrect, I believe even Tim Pool was a former Democrat, who's the host of Timcast. Joe Rogan was voted for. I think Joe Rogan voted for Bernie Sanders of all people in 2016. Look at what has happened to him. Any sensible, logical, intelligent human being, there's no way in a million years you can actually think what's happening right now with Kami, the repulsive, soulless Harris, and Tombstone, one foot in the grave Biden. There is no way you can think that these guys are doing a good job. If you think that they're doing a good job, you need a psychiatric evaluation. I mean that sincerely. Because if you have practical sensibilities, if you actually use what's in between your ears, your sovereignty, ladies and gentlemen, your sovereignty, Nez Nation, is your ability to critically think. That is something that AI can't do. That is something that technology won't be able to reproduce. That is something they can't take away from you. They can't track that. They can't influence elections. So Facebook is influencing, the Russians are interfering. Nobody can interfere because you're not a robot. You're not AI. You have critical thinking, as our great forefathers, Thomas Jefferson, Walt Whitman, Ralph Waldo Emerson, self-reliance, critical thinking, using what's between your ears. That is your sovereignty. That is what this country was founded on. That is when the First Continental Congress was formed in Philadelphia. They used their critical thinking. We are not going to be taxed without representation. Taxation without representation is unjust. We hold these truths to be inalienable. Our rights as human beings are inalienable. That all men are created equal. They're self-evident. I mean, these words, they're not just words. These are anchors inside the chest of every American. Every country wants to be like America. It's the greatest country on planet Earth. It's the greatest single story, epic narrative. It's better than Homer. It's better than Odysseus. It's the most amazing story, the story of the founding of our country. Dog Boy, thank you for the $2 super chat. Nothing will happen to any Dem in court. We know it. I hope you're wrong. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, but I hope you're wrong. While you've indicated that additional documents may be forthcoming in response to the committee subpoena, we haven't received anything. And if you don't do it by 12 p.m. March 28th, the committee will consider, oh, here's the big part, y'all. Cash Money G. Willis. Here's the big one. This is it right here. Signed, Jim Jordan. Thank you so much, Sweet J.R. Ewing. Loving your channel. Keep up the great reporting. Thank you so much. Yeah, mainstream media won't talk about this. NBC won't talk about this. CNN won't talk about this. CBS won't talk about this. ABC won't talk about this. Not even Fox talks a lot about the things that I do. I do all the qualitative and quantitative research on my own with my beautiful, brilliant wife. It's a mom and pop shop here, y'all. We're a mom and pop broadcast, down true blue, true blooded Americans, grassroots. We love our country, and we're sick and tired of seeing what's happening to it by these crooks like Fani and Letitia and Kami Kamala and Tombstone Biden. It's over. The American people are waking up. The committee will consider taking further action, such as the invocation. I want to zoom in on this. This is so good. The invocation of contempt of Congress proceedings. Holy macadamia nut. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Fanny's going to make it by March 28th? Let me know in the comments. You guys actually think that Fani is going to meet this deadline? Thank you, Nana KC, for the $4.99 super chat. Solution for illegals and leftists. Find a leftist lib who hates America, who threatens to leave if Trump is elected, and do a citizen swap. Nana KC, I love it. Dog Boy. Dog Boy's probably got one of the best profile pictures ever. Look at that profile picture. I hope I'm wrong too, but after Hillary and yeah, you're right. You're right, Dog Boy. I know. Thank you, Cindy Dupree, for the $5 super sticker. You're a sweetheart. Hey guys, by the way, we have 8,000 thumbs up, likes. We have almost 14,000 of you in here. All you got to do is tap it. It doesn't cost you literally a thing except moving a molecule. That's all it costs you. Just move your little finger, tap, move your little mouse, tap that thumbs up. The more likes we get, the more our channel will get noticed by the algorithm. It's just how it works. And that's how you can support us. Just tap that thumbs up right now if you haven't already. It takes you 2 seconds, less than 2 seconds. And by the way, if you want to become a member, if you want to engage in the greatest chat, the greatest community online, all you got to do is subscribe. It's that little subscribe button. It takes you 2 seconds. That's free as well. Free content, free everything. Sapphire Ridge says, nope. She previously said Jim Jordan knows nothing about the law. Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that she's not going to make it. So if she actually doesn't get disqualified, which would be a shock, if she actually doesn't get dismissed, which would be a shock, if she's not actually disbarred, which would be a shock, she could actually be held in contempt. And by the way, let me look at you guys real fast. By the way, not only can she be held in contempt, okay, not only can she potentially be charged with felony, charged with criminal actions, okay, and criminal charges. Remember the Senate, the Georgia Senate Committee. The Georgia Senate Committee that subpoenaed Ashley Merchant, that I went live. We did a live stream on this. And hey, Britt, I will let you know. I will let you know, Britt. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you know right now about the judge's decision and his ruling. I'm going to let you know right now. Stick around. Tap that thumbs up, y'all. So essentially, okay, essentially there's so much that can happen to her. There's so much that can happen to her if the judge doesn't do the right thing, which we all know what the right thing would be, right? We all know what the right thing would be. So 2 things. So this is the second letter that Jim Jordan and the House Judiciary Committee has sent. It's the second letter. Okay. They also announced an investigation into Wade. Okay. Jordan has accused Willis of terminating an employee who attempted to halt the office. So this is like a really, really big deal. If she doesn't respond by the 28th, okay, if she doesn't respond by the 28th, she will be held in all honesty, I don't see how he couldn't hold her in contempt. It would be shocking if he didn't hold her in contempt. It would be something that just wouldn't even make any sense. How many likes do we have? Let's get past 10,000. We have 10,000 likes, over 10,000 likes. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. Now, before I get to the judge's ruling, did you guys hear about Governor Kemp? What he just did recently? Governor Kemp just recently passed a bill. Okay. He signed into law yesterday, Wednesday, March 13th. Okay. That lets a state commission begin operating with powers to discipline and remove prosecutors, which could potentially disrupt cash money G from even prosecute. Let's say she doesn't get disqualified. Let's say she doesn't get dismissed, which every logical human being knows Judge McAfee is going to go in this direction. I mean, he just has to, right? Let me know in the comments right now. Do you think it's going to be a dismissal, a disqualification, or nothing? Right dismissal, right disqualification, or right nothing in the comments right now. I want to see what you guys say. The legislation will help ensure rogue and incompetent prosecutors are held accountable if they refuse to uphold the law, Kemp said as he was signing the new bill. Holy mackerel. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of nothings. DQ from E. Claire. East Coast Temple says dismiss. Thank you so much, Christy. Christy says refresh the page. Okay, so we're over 10,000 likes. Nicholas says, unfortunately, nothing because of the system. Yeah, I know. I get it. Jim Jordan. Yeah, nothing. I'm seeing a lot of nothings. Disqualified. Coin toss. Yeah, exactly. Nothing. A lot of people are saying nothing. Really interesting. Dismissal, disqualification. Okay, very cool. I'd love to hear from you guys. So keep letting me know down there. So this is a huge bill that the governor of Georgia, Kemp, has just signed, which essentially says I'm going to take direct. It's almost like an executive action that governors can take to basically have oversight over district attorneys of the counties in that state. Isn't that amazing? I think I don't know if I'd be nice to see Gascon go. Gascon's in Los Angeles, and he has destroyed that beautiful city. I mean, it was kind of on its way to being destroyed anyway. And then Karen Bass is just a god awful. I think I've said this, and I've been known to quote this many times, that Caruso was the last hope of Los Angeles. And the fact that Karen Bass is in there, it just means there's going to be more homeless. There's going to be more vagrants. There's going to be more people leaving California. There's going to be more crime. There's going to be more smash and grabs. And so far, all of that has come true. Sylvester Stallone, who probably pays millions and millions, if not hundreds of millions in taxes, just left for Florida. Thank you, Jay Coleman, for the $2 super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Vadar58, for the $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, I mean, it'd be awesome to have that kind of power against, it'd be awesome to have. W Pistol, you are the best. Thank you so much. W Pistol says, really quickly, let me get this out. W Pistol, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. It'd be amazing if Gascon got removed, but you give that authority to governors who maybe have ulterior motives, and it could get problematic. W Pistol, due to the judge not reopening the case for more testimony, says he has made his mind up, and more testimony won't change that opinion. He will disqualify her minimum and possibly find her guilty of perjury. Well said. Well said. I think that's probably the most accurate assessment I've heard. I could not agree more. I'm actually shocked. I was really hoping, W Pistol, that I'm going to leave your comment up here just for a second because it's so poignant. I was really hoping that he would open up comments and open up the. I was really hoping that he would open up the new witnesses, open up the case again, because Yeager's testimony was really, really interesting, I thought, when she overheard Fani Willis say, they're coming for us. They're coming for us. You had Manny Aurora, who is a law professor, who said that he can testify they had a relationship far before they said under oath. So, I mean, I was kind of, it's Thursday right now. Tomorrow is the last day of his deadline. So I'm going to go live. So you guys need to, and the pinned comment is our free Nez Nation Insider newsletter. It's absolutely free. If you haven't subscribed and hit the bell notification yet or followed, make sure that in the pinned comment and in the description is our free newsletter. Sign up for that, because that is literally our sure-proof, fail-safe way of never missing out on anything that we provide, updates, etc., everything. You know why? Because legacy media is not going to cover it. Mainstream media is not going to cover it, but your boy Nez will. And YouTube's probably going to delete my channel. Knock on wood, God forbid, but they probably will, because I talk about things that they don't like. So I agree with you, Double Pistol. Thank you so much, Philly PD 3557 for the $2.99 super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mrs. Real Lou, watching from South Africa. We support Trump. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Czar $35 super chat. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Welcome from South Africa. Funnily enough, I've had family members live in Lesotho. How far are you from Lesotho? Mary says, you and I believe what everyone in open room minimum. Please try out Robert. Yeah, he's great. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So we have Governor Kemp signing into law, basically an opportunity for governors to remove and have oversight over district attorneys. Brand new law. It's basically should be called the Fannie Cash Money G. Willis law, We have Jim Jordan, which I just went through this letter. If you're just joining us, watch the beginning of the stream, who says you have till March 28th to supply more information, not that narrow, lackluster documentation that does not suffice. You have until March 28th at 12 p.m. or else he could hold her in contempt, which is pretty big, which is actually really, really cool. Now let's get to Judge McAfee. When's he going to rule, Nez? When is this live hearing going to happen? When is this going to take place? When is he going to actually, for crying out loud, when is he going to actually issue the ruling? Dogboy, toilet pick was taken as a when YouTube banned me from commenting. I love it. Dogboy, you're the man. Thank you so much. Lisa Howe, excuse me. Leo wife means law enforcement wife. Oh, I love that. I see. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I was thinking Zodiac. Sorry, because my wife's a Leo. That's so awesome. Congratulations. Love you. That's terrific. He said 2 weeks ago that he's on point for deadline. He said 2 weeks ago that he was going to decide by tomorrow. Tomorrow's the deadline. We're going to go live and we're going to absolutely cover the entire ruling. So if it's not tomorrow, which I find it highly unlikely, because I agree with W Pistol, if he hasn't reopened the case, if he already removed those 6 charges yesterday from the filing, the 6 counts that were inadequate and did not were too vague, guess what? Then he's probably going to make his ruling tomorrow. Welcome to Nez Nation, Morgan Louderback. Morgan Louderback is a new YouTube member. Welcome. Great to have you with us, Morgan. We're going to have a members-only live streams. We're going to have exclusive content. It really behooves you to become a member. Plus, you're supporting the best independent broadcast channel on the planet, because I'm bringing you stuff that mainstream media and legacy media won't bring you. And I'm bringing it to you from somebody who has studied, eat, sleep, and breathe, actually worked, born and raised in the United States, worked my butt off, built businesses, worked in the public sector as a professor, in the private sector now running my businesses. I do qualitative, quantitative research. I have the credentials. I have the ethos. I'm your man. There's nowhere else you need to be. This is your one-stop shop. And I'm always listening to you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That's awesome. So there you have it. Make sure, if you haven't already, I would love it if you could tap the thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't already become a Nez Nation insider, let me remove this here. If you haven't already become a Nez Nation insider, again, it's in the pinned comment. It's our free newsletter. Just click on that link, and then you'll see some options come up. Click on newsletter, and just give us your best email. That's it, so we can reach you. And all of these new updates, all of these live updates, breaking news, top stories, current events go right to your inbox, and you never miss out. So do that before you leave. Thank you so much, Tammy English. She's met her match in Jim Jordan. If Fani is disqualified, case won't go to com because Cindy Yeager presents a conflict there too. Thank you so much, Tammy. Sounds like you know a lot about this. Maybe a former attorney or practicing attorney. We have such intelligent, sophisticated, professional. We've got the best online community here. Where else do you need to be, y'all? Where else do you want to go? You want to watch CNN? You want to watch ABC? This is the only place you got to be, y'all. CBS? Ugh. MSNBC? Ugh. Don't make me throw up. So nice to have y'all. So I'm going to bring it to you live. I'm going to bring you all the latest in breaking. And there you have it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell right there. And so I just want to say to you, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I ain't never going to stop. It is my mission in my heart to try to get our country back. Our election is only 7-8 months away. It is our time, y'all. We have to raise awareness. Channels like mine can make a difference. This is the best way to make a difference. Violence isn't the answer. Civil war is not the answer. The answer is to raise awareness and say, we as a people are sick and tired. We're done with your BS. This is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. not you power-hungry, narcissistic, crooked hypocrites in the swamp. No vermin. Write down, put that hashtag right now, no vermin. We don't want any more vermin in the White House, in our government. Thank you so much, Tony Otto. I have a whistleblower with a bombshell story for you. Are you interested? Email me. Email me. My email is on the channel. Thank you so much, Tony Otto. It's just nez@professornez.com. Email me. I'll put that in the chat. Nez, actually, you know what? I think I have a banner on it. Thank you so much for the super dollar. Here's my email right here. Email me, Tony. This is the most consequential year of our republic. It is the most consequential year. I think this is the biggest election. What happens after November is going to impact our children, our grandchildren, our lives. I think, and I'm not just being hyperbolic here. I'm not just exaggerating. I think it's literally the fall or the rise of our republic. It's either or. I really think it's that binary because the policies are that divergent. They're that disparate. That's why I'm doing this. It is my purpose. I feel a calling from God that this is my purpose. This is what I was meant to do. And I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And doggone it, people like me. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to do that. Just a little levity there at the end. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. Make sure that you, in the pinned comment, is our free newsletter. I love you all. Thank you to all the new members. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. There's nowhere else you need to be. You know I'm going to bring it to you. And as always, your boy, Professor Nez, is signing off saying, God bless you. God bless your families. And may God bless America. I will see you very, very